What's up, everybody? This is Rothman here, joined once again by Zaplin, or Zap.
Hi.
We are back. I know it's been a very long time. There's just been a lot going on, a lot of stress, a lot of things. Finally got the title for the house, so now the house is officially ours, and things are finally settling down, and we're finally getting back to normal. So,
Whatever normal is.
yeah, as normal as a family like ours can be. But we decided that we wanted to kick our return to doing YouTube videos off with a 20 random questions. Or random questions. I don't know if we'll do 20. Because, you know, sometimes these videos can drag on quite a bit. So we're going to... Is definitely trying to drop your phone. We're going to record for a while and answer a bunch of questions, and we'll see how far we get. And if we get 20, we get 20. If we get fewer, we get fewer. If we do more, we do more. You know how this works. I got a random number generator right here. Got the questions over here. A little different setup than before. I lost my setup that I had before. And I lost the list of questions that we had before. So instead of having the 800 questions, we have 351. I don't know why it says 350. There's 351 questions. So we have 1 through 351. And we're going to see which ones we answer. Starting with 41. What's your cure for hiccups?
God, it's so long as I've had hiccups.
I know, right?
When was the last time I had hiccups?
Well,
It's gotta be before we got in the house.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard you with hiccups since you were like a baby.
Oh, I've had hiccups a lot when I was, like, the past couple years before I found myself. I think those were, like, a stress thing for me.
Yeah, they can be. I know for me, hiccups, normally I only have like 1 or 2 and they just go away. But if they don't go away, I hold my breath and it makes them go away.
I usually ask somebody to randomly scare me. Usually works.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Number 33. What's the most expensive thing you've broken?
A phone.
A car. Twice. Yeah.
No, wait. My phone was under 200, right? Last time?
Yeah.
A Switch.
You broke a Switch.
Broke, quote unquote.
No, it stopped working.
Okay.
You talking about your old one?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that wasn't you. It's just stopped working. We got used one of the portable switches, and it stopped working. They were thinking that they broke that, but no, it was just, it could have been from previous owners too. And you know, when like we got it from GameStop. When you get stuff from GameStop, they fix them up so that they work. But they don't do a whole lot of testing with them to make sure that they work like they did when they were first purchased. GameStop, I'm not saying there's anything bad about GameStop or the way they do things. I'm just saying, like any mechanic or repair person, they fix the problem. And once the problem's fixed, they don't sit there and test it until it breaks again. And why would they do that? That doesn't make any sense. So once it works, and then you sell it again, or you give it back to the person that's fixed it if you're a repair guy. So, yeah, it was pre-owned. So, question number 3, and that right there, the tangents that I go off on are why these videos can be long and we may not reach 20 questions. What are you doing with my ring? It's not a hat.
It's a hat.
It's not a hat.
It's a hat.
It's not a hat.
It's a hat.
Leave my ring alone.
It's a hat.
Number 29.
They're all right there in that section.
Yeah. What are some unusual places you've been?
The sewers.
Unusual? Sewers? When did you go to the sewers?
Me and 2 friends of mine went, so at Bret Hart, there's this, like, gate thing that leads to the sewers.
Okay.
We hung out in the sewers for a bit, because we were bored.
Okay. Some unusual places I've been. I haven't really been anywhere unusual. At least I don't think they're unusual. Like, I don't know. I got locked in a maintenance closet for a little while.
Was anyone in there with you?
No, I was. I got locked in a maintenance closet. I was by myself. I don't think they realized I was in there. I was cleaning and organizing the maintenance closet, and then all of a sudden I hear it click close, and I'm sitting there pounding on the door. About 20 minutes later, somebody finally came down and was like, "We were looking for you." I was like, "Yeah, you locked me in the closet, jerks." Ooh, the Sonora Hotel. The basement.
Ah, that was probably terrifying.
It was creepy because you could hear. So the basement, the hotel has been there for years, ever since like the slave trade and all that stuff. And the basement of the hotel was used for the Underground Railroad, which, if you don't know, that was a group of people were basically smuggling slaves to free them from their slavery, and they called it the Underground Railroad. And this was part of a tunnel system used for the Underground Railroad where they could move.
How come I don't know this? I spent most of my childhood there.
Because it's stories that are specifically told in the hotels, and I don't think that you were privy to a lot of the stories. I know you were privy to a lot of the ghost stories.
I don't remember the ghost stories. I don't remember most of that, actually.
Yeah, there were, well, yeah, because that was a really bad time of both of our lives. It was not that time period when we were going to that hotel was not a great time period for us. But, yeah, there were these doors that almost looked like furnished doors that you'd open up, and it was all rock and concrete down there. So, like, natural formations, like a cave. And that's where a lot of the maintenance and repair stuff for the hotel was. And the reason why I was down there was because I would occasionally fill in for the maintenance guy there, because at the time, the girlfriend that I was with worked there. So they'd pay me to go and fill in for the maintenance guy. Or if they didn't have a maintenance guy, they just had me go and fix whatever was broken and needed to be fixed. But I was down there one time, and I swear I heard somebody knocking on the metal door of one of the tunnels that had been sealed off. It was weird because I know I was the only one down there.
That must have been freaky as hell.
Oh, it was. I left rather quickly.
Did you run your hindquarters out of there?
Yes, only I had to run up the stairs because the elevator was also on the fritz that day. It was a really old elevator. I think it was
still
the
there.
original elevator of the hotel.
It's still there.
Yeah, and it was randomly going up and then back down and then up and back down, and the doors wouldn't open. It would just go up and down, like somebody was in there pushing the buttons to go up and down, but never letting the doors open.
I swear that.
The hotel was haunted. Oh, 100% haunted. You could, if you stayed on the third floor, you could occasionally hear a little girl laughing in the halls. You would hear people walking down the hallways when the hotel was empty. And like I said, I was a maintenance guy, so I was privy to knowing how many people were actually staying there, and I also know that the staff at any time consisted of me and whoever was working the front desk. And whoever was working the front desk was usually my girlfriend, and my girlfriend liked to try to scare me. Wasn't very good at it.
I know for a fact that you can get spooked.
Yes, you've spooked me. You're the only one in the past, 16 years.
Do you know why?
Scared me.
I remember the specific time that I spooked the hell out of you.
Yes, because my head was in a corner behind a TV. I was hooking up the electronics, and I can't hear anything because my head's back in a corner, and there's no sound around. And all of a sudden, the 4-year-old you, right behind me, goes, "Dad, holy shit!" Yeah. So yeah, that was a interesting and kind of unusual place to be, and it was cool to know that that's what it was used for, the Underground Railroad and that kind of stuff. But that hotel was definitely haunted.
Still is.
Yeah. Number 22. We're not moving very far from. There's 351 questions. Can we move away from the low 30s and the 20s? Where do you get most of the decorations for your home? GameStop.
For my room? So I
Home. For the home.
Okay.
For here?
Let's go with my room.
Okay.
My room specifically, because my room has a lot of decorations.
Uh-huh.
So I have the torn up Narnia books that I got from Grandpa.
Yeah.
Those are plastered on my wall.
Hey, most of the decorations in your room are pop figures or gaming paraphernalia or animated paraphernalia. Yeah, yours are mostly from Walmart. Mine is from GameStop.
Yeah.
Like I have. Well, the picture that's hanging on the wall behind me is a Stan Lee poster that Zepp and my mom got for me. But I have a Legend of Zelda figure that's about this tall. It's Link, and that was from GameStop. Bunch of stuffed animals from GameStop. Hats from GameStop. And then gaming paraphernalia. Yeah, like everything is from GameStop. Yeah. And then in the living room, I think most of the top figures that are in our cabinet in there are from GameStop too.
Probably.
So GameStop, yeah. Oh, 226! That's a big difference. So, 20. If you lived in a virtual reality world of your own creation, what would it look like?
A library. With every book known to man.
So basically the Doctor Who library.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Yes.
Basically a library world. Yeah.
Yes.
But without the creepy shadow creatures that were eating.
Those things. I hate those things.
Yeah.
Most of the things in that show sucked.
Yeah. Yeah, most of the bad guys, yeah. If you haven't seen Doctor Who, there's an episode of Doctor Who with David Tennant's Doctor, or the 10th Doctor, also the 10th and 11th Doctor. That's a whole nother thing. Which, if you want to know, let me know down in the comments, and I will go into a full detailed description of why he is both the 10th and 11th Doctor.
We don't want to get it. Shh! Don't answer the question. Don't answer the question.
This specific episode, they go to a world that is just a library, and when they're in there, they find out that there are no living organisms on the planet. Even though this planet has been around forever, it's the largest library there is, and there should be people there. It's like a museum. There should be people there all the time, but there's nobody there, and they spend a couple days there and don't find anybody alive. And come to find out that the shadows have a what's it called? Nanites. Basically, they're nanites, and they're killing any living organism because they're trying to protect the books. But yeah, so library.
Actually, I might want some nanites, because if anybody like that,
well, you don't want them malfunctioning like they were.
True.
You want them to serve their actual purpose, which is to protect the library from people that want to harm the library. You don't want them attacking everybody that goes in there, because they would attack you as well. I don't think you want to be attacked by... You're just trying to read a book and you're being attacked by a bunch of nanites.
You couldn't tell I'm a bookworm.
Yeah, they're very much so. They're very much a bookworm. See, for me, if I were to live permanently in a virtual reality world of my own creation, I would want to live in basically a lit RPG style, like a role-playing game style of world, where you're in a virtual world, so you basically live forever. So
You and your lit RPGs.
yes, because it's awesome to think that if you work hard enough and you continue to improve yourself and get better, you can do anything, literally anything.
But that concept, I don't like that concept.
Well, it's not your world, it's mine. So, yeah, so a lit RPG type world or a role-playing game type world, like World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy 14 or Guild Wars, anything like that, where I could choose to be a class, maybe modify my race, and improve myself and make myself look how I want to look, rather than looking like a blob. Yeah. 339. What product do you wish a company would make a smart version of? People. What?
That's not physically possible.
Well, they are already capable of cloning things. They just shushed me. Okay, so seriously, what product do you wish a company would make a smart version of?
I don't like that question.
They have smart versions of almost everything now.
I don't like electronics. Most electronics? Like, I prefer physical things.
Like books and,
Like
and
books.
stuff like that, yeah.
And stuff like that. But
Well, there's smart TVs that make it so that you don't have to hook up anything to it, and it just works. You got a smartphone. Don't tell me that you could live without your smartphone at this point.
I've actually put my phone under my pillow and left it there while you were at work for a couple, for like a solid 6 hours, I want to say. That was fun.
But they have smart refrigerators that you can make a shopping list off of just by saying what you need.
Smart toilets.
Yes, I like that idea. A smart toilet that will clean itself. Because sometimes cleaning those toilets is such a pain.
If that exists, tell me where so I can buy one.
Exactly. If there are smart toilets that clean themselves, let us know where we can find one, so we can replace both of our toilets with one.
I don't want a bidet. I hate bidets with a passion.
Yeah. Well, I don't mind them.
It's because you're fat.
I wouldn't mind them even if I was skinny. The only thing I wish was that the water was a little warmer, because sometimes that crap can literally freeze your butthole. Yeah, smart toilet. Yeah. How about a smart razor for shaving?
Why?
Just program in the way that you want your hair to look, your facial hair to look, and then just stick it on your face, and it automatically does it for you.
I hate that.
Why?
I don't like.
What?
It's awful.
Why?
Why would you want to do that?
Why?
It takes the joy out of shaving your face.
You enjoy shaving your face?
Yeah.
I think you enjoy shaving your face because you're wanting to get more facial hair.
No, I enjoy shaving stuff in general, like the hair on my legs, because it's something to do. If you were to give a razor, okay, I hate the fact that they're making things that can do. We're pretty much turning into Wall-E humans.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think there are too many things that are smart things. Now, having said that, I would like to have a smart razor. That is because I would like to try different styles of styling my facial hair, especially this. I have this cowlick here that swirls my facial hair, so it's always in a weird part of it sticks out, and it's just weird. But having said that, I feel like we have too much smart stuff. There's not enough stuff out there anymore that forces you to actually learn how to do something and actually do it. I run into a problem a lot at work where things have gotten to where it's so easy to do most things that there's a lot of common sense things that people don't understand or don't know how to do anymore. I work for a shipping company. And I'm not going to say what the company is I work for, but we just switched to this new device, and there are some real issues with the device, and the device has navigation in it, but I live in an area where it runs off cell phone towers. I live in an area where cell phones don't always work. In fact, I'd say a good 70% of the area that we cover for our shipping company doesn't have cell phone service. And it doesn't matter what cell phone carrier you have, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what cell phone company you have, about 70% of the area won't have your coverage. And once you lose that coverage, you lose the ability to use your maps, like Google Maps, or whatever the Apple version of Google Maps is. And once you lose that, a lot of people don't know how to get around anymore, and that's because they don't know how to read maps. They don't know how to look at a picture of something and be like, "Oh yeah, this is how I get there."
I hate how electronic our society has got. That might sound odd because I'm 15, and 15-year-olds are supposed to be obsessed with their electronics.
But you also grew up with me and Grandpa and Grandma, who yes, I play video games, yes, I use computers, but I also am fully capable of doing almost anything without the need of electronics.
I am fully capable of, if my phone died on me, I could wholeheartedly go to the store, buy a map, and find my way to where I need to go. But also, I know the area in which we live.
Yes. You could find where you need to go as long as you didn't have to go based off of north, south, east, west, left, or right. As soon as somebody says turn left, they're right turn.
I'm getting
Or they
better.
do this.
I'm getting better.
And they have to look at their hands for about 30 seconds to a minute to figure out which way is left. We've been walking through stores, and I'm like, okay, left turn. And they're like, it's like the old school computers when you're trying to open up a new program. It's like loading. Okay, good. And half the time they still turn the wrong way.
In school, I was not taught my direction.
Which is a problem.
Yes.
Because, yeah. Anyways, that's a whole nother subject. Yeah. There's too much smart stuff. It's making us as people dumb. All right.
I do like my electronics though, like my websites.
Oh yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love my phone. I love my computer. I love my video games. I love being able to watch whatever movie or TV show I want at the drop of a hat. But sometimes it's just too much.
Yeah. I actually haven't watched a TV show in weeks.
Yeah, same with me. I watch a few YouTube videos here and there, but they're not.
I haven't even done that yet.
They're not like full-length video. Actually, I take it back. Recently, I've been watching Dragon Ball Z Abridged, which is really funny. As a guy who grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, So, who was your craziest or most interesting teacher?
Most interesting or craziest? Can I do one for both?
Sure.
So craziest teacher, probably both of the science teachers I've had in high school.
All right.
Both of them were super peppy, always happy to be teaching science. They never had a bad day.
Oh, those people.
Most interesting teacher? Probably my 7th and 8th grade history teacher. He is not doing well. If he passes, that school's gonna go downhill.
Yeah, it's too bad. So they went with one for each. Well, technically 2 for one and 1 for the other, but they said craziest and then most interesting. For me, it's the same person. Craziest and most interesting would be my 4th and 5th grade teacher, Mrs. Gallo. She was the first teacher I had that looked at me and went, wow, he is really, really smart. He is a little bit too smart, and it's causing him to not be able to do things because it's so easy for him because he's so smart. So she pushed me and challenged me and found other things for me to do that made it so that my brain was actually interested in learning. And that was the first time that I actually fell in love with school. And I believe 4th and 5th grade, when I was in 4th and 5th grade, you actually got letter grades. You could fail. You could get an A. You could get a C. And that was...
a test?
No, in the class.
Yeah, that's what they do now.
But it's more pass fail. You can't really fail. Like, you could fail and have to retake the grade when I was in school. That's really hard to do now. Really hard to do now.
I'm missing one assignment on my house.
Okay, you're in high school. I'm talking 4th and 5th grade.
Oh yeah. I didn't get my first F till I was in
High school.
6th grade.
Was it 6th grade?
Yeah. I saw it on the report card. I looked down, started crying, and my teacher sent me outside.
But yeah, that was the 4th grade when I first got in her class. That was the first time I'd ever gotten straight A's. Prior to that, it was all C's and B's. And then 5th grade, I had her again, and same thing. Now I've had other really good teachers, but she took a particular interest in me and making sure that I succeeded, which I think is really missing in teaching now. Is the classrooms are so large now that teachers can't give that personalized, the more personalized teaching where you can look at your students and go, okay, this one is okay. I can just teach the class like normal and they'll be fine. This one needs a little more hands-on. This one needs a little harder stuff. Blah, 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 whatever. And I believe that's really missing in our teaching now, because you end up with 35, 40 students in the classroom. And that's way too many students for a single teacher to have.
My smallest class is 8 kids. Do you know why it's only 8 kids?
Because only 8 kids are interested in it?
No. It's actually a really funny tale.
Oh.
So the teacher didn't actually go to school for teaching.
Okay.
He doesn't have a teaching degree.
What is it?
It's my technical theater class.
Oh, okay.
He's able to teach, quote unquote. He's pretty much taking these kids and putting them under his wing and teaching them how to.
It's more like tutoring than teaching.
Yeah.
Or it's basically training.
Yeah.
Because you're training them how to do a job rather than teaching them something like math or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is another thing that's missing from schools. We don't have trade schools anymore. That's a whole nother subject.
I'm fairly certain he's gonna kick half the class out because they aren't participating.
That doesn't surprise me because a lot of kids are probably in that class that think it's an easy A.
Mm-hmm. And that is everyone but 1, 2, 3, or kids.
Which means that class might not last very long. But going back to my teacher, Mrs. Gallo, she's also the same teacher that she was real serious all week long, and we would earn points, and if we earned a certain amount of points, we would have a party on Friday, and we'd get to listen to music and play around and stuff like that. Yeah, this teacher, and she wouldn't tell us on Friday whether we succeeded or not. She would come in, and at the very beginning of the class, she would come in like she always did, very serious, go up to her desk, and then she'd open up a drawer, pull out a tape player, old school cassette tape player, put it on her desk, and then hop on her desk, hit play, and they would play the Funky Chicken, and she would dance the Funky Chicken on her desk. And that's how she would tell us that we earned a party on Friday. She was the funniest and most amazing teacher I have ever had. I've had some great teachers throughout school.
I've had some of your teachers.
You still have some of my teachers. Heck, some of the kids I went to high school with, you have as teachers. So
I actually haven't had any of the people you went to high school with as my teachers.
They're teaching in high school. Some of the kids I went to school with are teaching at your high school.
Yes.
But yeah, so she was the craziest and most interesting teacher I've ever had. A lot of fun.
That's a long teacher.
No, we kept going off on tangents. That's what we do. 178. I think this was going to be the last one. What odd smell do you really enjoy?
Bad question. I don't like that question.
Too bad. It's the question we got. You gotta answer it.
Can we suggest a different question, like number 170? I want to.
No.
Please.
No.
Please.
No. Answer the question.
What odd? I don't.
What odd smell do you really enjoy?
Probably old books.
Yeah.
Like, if I got a classic copy of Dante's Inferno, I'd be smelling that thing like it was Drew's.
What are you talking about? We got several books a few weeks ago, and we went to Barnes and Noble, got some books, and we get in the car, and there have been each one of their books. They're just, and I'm sitting there going, "Can we go now? I want to go home and get out of the car." But yeah, no, I know you like the smell of books and old books and stuff like that. Odd smell that I really enjoy.
I'm really envious of one of my friends because one of the books they own, but I can't exactly say it on YouTube because it's very offensive.
Okay. No. Odd smell that I really enjoy. Well, I can think of one, but I can't say it because, again, like they just said, not appropriate for a family-friendly channel. Odd smell that I really enjoy. Well, I don't know why it came back, but for some reason I really enjoy the smell of cigar smoke. I don't smoke. I used to smoke cigarettes, but I don't smoke anymore. I quit 5 years ago, something like that. And I haven't smoked since, but certain cigars, just the smell of them, they smell so good. I would never smoke one, but it smells so good. Even when I was smoking cigarettes, I tried smoking a cigar and I hated it. So, and it was supposed to be a really, really good cigar, and it was nasty. Didn't like it. But yeah, cigar smoke. And that's going to be our last question for this one. So thank you guys for joining us. Welcome back to the Rofnum show. Rofnum and Zep, I guess, show. And we hope we see you around. And if you got questions that you would like us to answer, let us know down in the comments, and we will pick them out as long as they're appropriate. You know what I'm talking about. Don't be weird. Thank you guys again. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye!
Goodbye.
Goodbye!